I told you guys on the last video, and if you haven't seen the video I did before, I might have mentioned that I have another video coming out about why I don't use Shopify and things like that. I might have mentioned that before. If you are following along and you have seen, I've talked about different platforms, Stripe, I've talked about what was it, PayPal. If you haven't seen those, go back and watch those videos. But today we are going to just kind of go on this whole why I don't use this, or think again whether you shouldn't, whatever I'm going to title it. But let's just jump into it. So this is Shopify. If you guys don't know Shopify, Shopify is the biggest platform for e-commerce. Almost everybody's using it. Anytime you're on Facebook, you see tons of ads of Shopify. You're seeing them now all over Instagram. Facebook and Instagram are pretty tight with them, and so on and so forth. So this is a big platform. What you can do is you can go on here, you can quickly make an e-commerce store from scratch. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Tons of videos on YouTube about these things. Now, when and I am still doing it now, tend to do different Shopify stores, this is what I like to use on a lot of pages, right? Guaranteed safe checkout, which it is. These are the things that Shopify easily integrates with. PayPal, Stripe, all of these things. You can get paid out really quickly with Stripe on Shopify. I remember before it was like you had to wait a week. Now you're pretty much getting paid as soon as you get your first sale within like 24 hours, something like that. So it's really quick. It's a quick rollover and things like that. PayPal integrates very well with Visa, MasterCard, all that. Gift cards, and you can even create your own gift cards on Shopify. Now, I show you this because many people that come to the stores, they see logos like this and they see the things that Shopify is known for, because Shopify themselves give you logos now to where you can put on your own store, showing that you're guaranteed safe checkout with these certain things. Now, in saying that, I know a lot of people try to go through the loopholes of like, well, I can use Shopify. And there have been some people who think they have cracked the code, but let's just get something very clear here. It will not last long. Even as someone who's myself, who's great at e-commerce and great during making own stores and things like that, I guess the only way you can really make it work with Shopify is if you are running a successful store. But how much volume do you want to do on Paxful? If you want to do $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a month, well, guess what? You're going to have a store that's making $300,000, $400,000 a month, and then you can go ahead and sneak your little, gift cards in there to make things going. But again, if you're making that in sales on your e-commerce store, then you might want to just stick with that and keep Paxful completely separate, right? Unless you're going to mess everything up. So we'll jump in. Shopify has spent years developing a safe platform for users. Their algorithm for detecting fraudulent activity is second to none. And now remember, their platform was designed to make sure you as well have a safe experience selling your products, but that is only in the case of actual products you plan to ship, which means don't think that you're going to get away with certain digital products or things like that. And again, I've even tested this before, and Shopify has gotten even better with detecting fraudulent things. So even if you think you're going to change your IP, VPN, this, that, and this, I'll use this, I'll have someone else run the things for it, it's not going to work very long, okay? So Shopify works just like Amazon, or as I like to say, Shopify is kind of like, and you guys have seen the memes on different things where it's like Tony Stark is always learning. Well, Shopify is always learning how to spot fakes, frauds, or just making their system better. They use real-time customer and store owner experiences to update any holes within their security and look quickly to fix it, right? So on some rare chance you happen to be a person who already is running on Shopify and are doing decent, this will not last very long. So because of Stripe's relationship with Shopify and things like that, the thing Stripe has reported back to Shopify helps them to counter any situation in which store owner can manipulate the platform, because again, Shopify looks to stay credible for the customer. If you guys haven't seen my video on Stripe, what I've said, Stripe, it's the same thing. I'm speaking the same stuff. This is off of Shopify's own, their own little background. If you go and do fact checks and all of that on Shopify right now, you're going to see much of the same language that I'm talking about here, right? Shopify, and I don't think I added it in here, uses an algorithm, right, to go ahead and tell them certain solutions and things like that, or if there happens to be any fraudulent activities. Because as we all know, when Facebook and Instagram people began to run ads on there, running it back to store, people were taking advantage of the situation, right? They would create multiple Facebooks, multiple of these fake stores, tell people to go buy, hey, you'll get this, just pay shipping and handling. And I was one of those guys back then. Saw cool like Batman shirts and things like that. Yes, was a geek, still a geek. A nerd, I'd say. I apologize to the nerds out there. Nerds are a good thing. That's a great thing. I love nerds. I'm a nerd. But I was buying I wanted these cool Batman shirts and all of that. I'm spending $40 here and there, and it was hit or miss. Fell for it every time. You go and it's like, oh, this page is credible and things like that. But much like people can manipulate certain things on Shopify or not Shopify, Paxful, Shopify, all these things. Well, people were doing it back then with Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Shopify stores. Just take a post, run up the likes and everything on that, get people to come and hey, like 20, 40 people come buy the cool little shirts or whatever, $40 a pop, and they make a quick getaway with money saying, oh, it'll ship out in 7 days, just enough time for money to be released, or hey, send out some orders or fake receipts, whatever the case may be, and they're running away. Well, Shopify says, we're not going to let that happen again. We're not going to let our name be tarnished with all of that. So again, back to this, it's very hard to continue on that certain path again. So solutions. Yes, there are ways to continue to use Paxful to your advantage. I mean, again, that's why you guys clicked on this video, is because I'm talking about Shopify, right? And how to use it with Paxful. So yes, there are ways to continue to use Paxful to your advantage and also still crush it in the one vanilla or gift card business, but it is something that is simple and yet complex. I mean, I've said the things that I tell my students and the things that I tell people all the time. Patience, and this, hey, have multiple ways to make money in this whole thing, multiple methods, but everybody still gets hung up on one thing, and it's like, but how on this? So yes, it's simple because I've said a lot of the same things, and it's complex because there's certain things that you need to be aware of and look at. So if you think, as some people have thought, that it's as simple as finding some other crazy loophole or high-risk garbage or whatever emails I get or whatever free thing you have seen on YouTube, even my stuff, all right, then you are missing it and will eventually just end up back here or doing another YouTube or Discord dive on how to cash out one vanilla gift cards. Can I use Stripe for gift cards? Why can't I cash certain cards? And on and on and on. We've heard it. Everyone's heard it. I'm still getting these questions from big guys that are like, hey man, what do you do on this? I say the same stuff over and over. You're getting the point, right? But as with anything, guys, the window gets smaller for those who continue to abuse the system. Much like Shopify has gotten very hardcore on things, pretty soon, before you know it, well, I'm just kind of scaring you a bit, but seriously, before you know it, all avenues are going to be dried up and all of that because people continue to abuse it or think they're doing their buddy a favor or things like that, telling their friend and that friend selling that friend, and then before you know it, everyone just, there's going to be that one guy that abuses it. So, to finish it off, as I said, but as with anything, the window gets smaller for those who continue to abuse the system. People start to clam up, don't give out good information, or the information they give you only works in their benefit. And this window gets larger for those who know how to be prudent with great information. And I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're enjoying the information and the free info. You guys put that into work. Put that into practice. I've talked to people that, again, aren't any of my students or anything like that, and they are crushing it just from following the simple things that I've said. So I've been telling you over and over, it's not some magic thing. Like I said, it's simple and yet complex, right? So, again, guys, pay attention, put it into action. That's the best thing I can say to you. Now, ways to contact me, again, email. My email. I definitely respond to my email more than Discord right now because most of the time people come in and they don't say anything and I have to keep the lane clear, guys. So sorry about that if we're friends 1 second and friends not because I probably already talked to you or thought I did. Sorry. Comments on videos, please comment below. Actually talk about the things that maybe I've missed or maybe you would like to hear about. On the next video, I think I want to talk about some of the things that I've been doing recently and has been going great for me, and maybe you guys can get some nuggets out of that. Again, if you think you know what I'm doing, I can assure you, you might know like maybe 10% of it. But again, guys, these videos are informative for you, and I always want to be helpful, so just let me know. Again, email me, whatever, and all of that, and I'll get back to you. Like and subscribe to my channel. Receive updates on new videos. Like I said, on the next one, I kind of want to get into things that are working now, and it's going to be a great video. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.